my name is Vanita. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber or viewer, welcome back. I'm glad to have you. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how I moved from a small town in Pennsylvania to Dallas, Texas. I'm going to share the ins and outs of my move. I will put a disclaimer out there. This is exactly how I did it, but this is a two-part series, and in the second part I'm going to tell you how I believe you should actually do it, because I made some rookie mistakes, as we all do. But this video is me sharing exactly how I did it, because you can see bits and pieces in my vlogs, but I never really sat down and explained it all out. Without further ado, let's get into the video. The first thing I did was decide to move. And how I decided to move here to Dallas was through a few things. First of all, I did research. I was researching the best places to live in the country, best cities. I was traveling. I also went to Austin because that was actually at the top of the list. I didn't really like Austin too much. I went to DC. I don't know. I went to a few other cities and I checked them out. And then once I decided I wanted to move to Dallas, y'all, I came to Dallas a few times. I actually came to Dallas 3 times within a 10-month span. I didn't even realize that until I went back and looked. I said, oh, I was in Dallas a lot, wasn't I? But that's because I really wanted to get a feel for it and see if I would actually like it. The third and final thing, and this is actually the most important, was pray. For me, I am strong in my faith. I truly do believe in God, and I believe that God orders our steps, leads us places. So I want to make sure that me and God were on the same accord here. And I truly had peace, and I do believe that I was led here by God. That was the third and final thing. The next thing I did was I stuck to the decision, y'all. I put in a 2 weeks notice at work. I told my family, friends, and loved ones I was moving. I bought a one-way ticket. There were so many things I did to just, this is real, I'm doing it. When you start telling people about it, actually when you turn your 2 week notice, yes, maybe I could have took it back, but no. I told them I'm moving and peace out. When I bought the flight, I had to say in one of my vlogs, I was like, it won't be any more real than when I step out into Dallas. So yes, buying the one-way flight, that really just cemented it for me, because your girl don't like to lose money. So I knew I was going when I booked the flight. And then after that was preparing for the move. Now preparing for the move actually kind of took a lot, because when you make such a big move, I had to change my bank account, I had to change my insurance, I had to change pretty much everything, because a lot of the stuff that was there was not here. And it was just a lot. And I was still working, because I gave myself, I want to say about 2.5 weeks from the day I made the decision until I was actually going to be here. And when I tell y'all, it was just a short time frame. And also a part of the reason when I actually made the decision to move, because I've been saying I was going to move to Dallas, but what really made me say, okay, I'm really moving now, was because I got in a car accident and they had T-boned me. And when I saw the car the next day, it just reminded me how short life was, and that, you know, you have this dream, this is on your spirit, go for it, because life is too short to be like, oh, I'll do it. I feel like I just kept waiting and waiting and waiting. It was never going to be the right time. But when I prayed and I had peace and everything, I said, okay, now is the time, because you can prepare forever. Some people have been preparing for things for 10 years and they're never going to do it because they just get caught up in the preparation. Well, you have to have faith, and you have to step out on faith sometimes. So that's what I had to do. I had to stop preparing and just go for it. The preparation within that 2.5 weeks, it consisted of many things. One thing I did was, so I came here, I just booked a one-way flight, so I only could bring so many bags. So I've got rid of a lot of things. I was either donating them, selling them, throwing them away. I went through things and I said, is this important enough for me to bring to Dallas? And that's really how I went about it. So I went through so many things. I booked my Airbnb. I switched over my bank account, as I said, my insurance, all this stuff. I just did it on my lunch breaks, and I was grinding because I wanted to get out here. And I even sold some stuff to play those closets. They didn't give me much money, but I think it was about $40. I said, okay, every penny counts, every penny counts. One more thing I did in preparation was I did say my goodbyes, which it was kind of sad. And looking back in hindsight, I thought I was going to see everybody a lot sooner than I was actually. If I would have known then how much longer I would have to wait to actually see these people again, I probably would have been even more sad. But then I was like, oh, I'll see you guys this summer or this and that. Meanwhile, I didn't see a lot of people for a long time, y'all, a long time. But let me not get into all that, because that's going to be in my next video. Now let's talk about the actual move. I was looking at my old video, and y'all, the amount of bags and things I had a carry-on, a checked bag, a personal item, And then I had my tripod, my purse. I don't even know how I had all that stuff because I'm pretty sure I only bought one checked bag. So I was looking like, Vanita, whoa, you had so much stuff. But I know I probably finessed some way, somehow. It was a lot to get all that baggage and get it with me. If you're gonna be doing it like this, you probably should try to get rid of as much stuff as you can, because even me, I got rid of a lot, but I still brought a lot of stuff and I squeezed it into those suitcases. I even had on boots, jacket, everything when I came down here, and it was in April. You know I didn't need any of that, but I said I'm getting as much stuff down here as I can. I want to mention that when I was moving, a lot of things were not going as planned. I was even looking at my video and I was supposed to get a rental, never got a rental. There was just so many things that weren't going as planned and I just had to adjust quickly. You just have to adjust quickly sometimes if you really, really want to see it through. One more thing, how I actually got my apartment, my last apartment, was because I was actually very honest with them. I told them I was unemployed and everything, but I showed them the amount in my bank account. I showed them pay stubs from my old job, and then I just told them my situation. And they were very understanding. And I will say that if you are honest, they may be understanding, they may not be, because some people are very strict. They need to see pay stubs from your current job or they're not letting you in. Because I do remember it was hard to find places that would say, oh, we'll look at your savings. And really, honestly, y'all, I had a lot more money in my savings than really I actually had, because I had, when I got in the accident, my car was totaled out. So I needed to buy a new car when I got here. But before I bought the car, I made sure that I got the apartment so that they could look at the amount of my savings and be like, oh, okay, she'll be fine. That's one way I finessed, y'all. That is really one way I finessed my way into that apartment, if you really want to know. I will say that I also did get an apartment that had 1 month free rent. And I just took that 1 month of free rent, you know, right at the front. Some people ask for it to be split between the months. No, I took it right at the front because that bought me a little bit of time. Once I got approved for that, I said, okay, I have 1 month of free rent. I'm good on that because I had already paid fees and things on the apartment. But that 1 month free rent, that comes in handy sometimes. It really does when you're doing something like this. So look out for specials. One more thing I did, I made sure to make economical decisions. If it came between, oh, am I going to get a rental or am I going to catch an Uber? Depending on how many places I'm going to go, I'm going to calculate it out and see which one will be better for me. Am I going to order Uber Eats or am I going to go out to eat? Do I need to get groceries? I just made sure that I was really watching the money that I had to make sure that it would last, because y'all, I was unemployed and I was moving to a new city. So every penny had to stretch. I was also very strategic about the way that I went about moving. Okay, so I had to find a car, I had to find an apartment, I had to find a job. But I was looking for all the things at once, but I really wanted to be strategic in which ones I need to knock out first. For me, I need to find an apartment first because I wasn't going to pay for an Airbnb for much longer than I had booked. I had booked for 5 days. So I actually found an apartment within those 5 days and was able to move in. So I went for the apartment first. And then next on my list, I want to say next on my list was a car. Because if I was going to have a job, I would need a car to get there. So I was really, really adamant about finding a car so I could get around, and paying for Ubers that was just going to suck my pockets dry. And I needed to keep the money I had for the car to use it on the car. The last priority for me was actually finding a job. And depending on your priorities, some people wouldn't move down here without a job. But I'm telling you what I did. So the last thing I did was I found the job. Once I found the job, every box was checked. I will say that I feel the way I did it was the best for me in my situation, because if I would have found the job before the other things, it wouldn't have been as easy, because even the job that I took, I ended up having to use my car a lot. And without a car, I don't think I would have been able to have that job. Unless I had big money. If I had big money, why would I have taken that job? It wouldn't have made sense. So I'm glad I did everything in the order I did. So that was definitely a great idea. Another thing that helped me, and I will not forget about this, is having a couple friends in the city. And I'm not gonna lie, these couple friends were men. They were, let's be honest. And the reason that this helped was because I had met them all on different occasions, but I had met them when I was coming to visit. So that's why I think it's good to come visit the place, because you meet people there, and those people that you meet there, they can help you. They were happy to hear I was moving here. Whether it was, oh, because I didn't have a car at one point in time, one of them was always available to take me on a ride or take me somewhere. If I needed to go somewhere, the one would look out. I mean, maybe one would help out with food, you know, maybe we're going out to eat, this and that. Whatever you're doing is what you're doing. But I will say that knowing people in the city, and it wasn't that many of them, but just knowing those few people, they were very, very helpful and just helping me to get around, take care of things, and also just knowing things. For example, the one he had said before, oh, you can use my address to apply for jobs. Before I moved, you know, some places they don't want to see that you don't live there. So just little things like that, it really, really helps to know people in the city. Even if you know 2 people, I'm telling you, those 2 people, knowing them will be very, very, very helpful. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to tell you guys that I did for my move. I really can't think of anything else. If you have any questions, you want to know any more details about anything, make sure you comment down below, because I'm happy to help. I want to be a resource. I share my story so that will encourage somebody else. If you have questions, if you need some encouragement, if you want to chat anything, or you just want to ask my thoughts on your move or this or that, feel free to comment down below. You can always shoot me an email if it's something too long to comment. And make sure you are subscribed, because I'm definitely going to be making this into a series. The next video will probably be more helpful for some of you who want to know exactly how you can do it. But I just wanted to share how I did it so you could see that, because I mean, it's foolproof. It worked for me. But I will say, I do believe that God was on my side with this move. I do believe that things aligned in a way so that I would be here. But I also do believe that you have to know how to navigate certain things. That's why I'm sharing this with you all, so I can help someone else. Make sure you like the video, make sure you comment, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you share the video, because if you liked it, someone you know will too. I thank you guys so much for watching. I love each and every one of y'all.